5 years and still talking. This is GABNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before. GABNet needs you. Yes, GABNet needs you to call our live programs and be a part of the citizen panels. It's the most innovative talk format yet because it's not just one caller, it's a group of callers interacting with the hosts at the same time. Here's how you do it. It's simple. First, download Skype at skype.com. To install it, answer 4 simple questions: first name, last name, email address, and your choice of ID. Then launch Skype, go to Add Contacts, type in GABNet Live, and ask to be made a contact. Then you're ready to be on the citizen panel. If you're too lazy, well, you can always call on the phone at 347-352-0079. That's 347-352-0079. For all the information and a call button for Skype, log on to GABNet.net. At the bottom of the page, you'll find a video on how to call us and how to use GABNet. It couldn't be easier. It couldn't be more fun and exciting. We're new. We're different. But we need you to call. So for crying out loud, call or we'll kill this dog. Don't worry, Fluffy. They won't let you die. I'm not kidding. Call or Fluffy gets it. Oopsie.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19.
Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this podcast.
Spotify has 180 million monthly users and access to 35 million songs and podcasts. Now, all those offerings are going to have to move over and make room for GABNet programming. Yes, at long last, Alex Bennett's Ramble, Damian Chaplin's Exchange, Jack Bishop's The Intersection, and even the franchise MC's Arena and Michael Snyder's weekly movie reviews will be fighting for space on this massive platform. Each day, the programs are updated, so you can hear them on the Spotify app, available for all smartphones and game consoles. Or you can just go to Spotify on the web at spotify.com. So, give us a shot on Spotify. There's a 35 million to 5 chance we'll get people to listen to talk like they've never heard it before.
In 2013, after 9 years, Alex Bennett got let go by SiriusXM satellite radio for reasons yet to be known. Was it his salary? Was it his advancing years? Or did he just suck? The truth will never be known. Last year, SiriusXM, knowing that their old and rusting satellites were yesterday's technology, bought into the internet by taking over the streaming service Pandora. Well, we suppose that Alex has finally snuck his way back into the SiriusXM orbit, presenting Alex Bennett's Ramble on Pandora. Get Pandora and get Alex, but don't tell SiriusXM. If they know he's there, they might dump him again. The Ramble from GABNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
5 years and still talking. This is GABNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Yes, from Harlem in New York, it's Alex and the Ramble, just like it says, and we'll be here until midnight Eastern Daylight Time tonight, and here I am. How are you? Good evening. Welcome. How am I? Don't want to ask. Boy. I'm fine, actually. I mean, all things considered. I always say this during the show, I may have to turn it over to the citizen panel while I go and take a little leak because I have a problem. I have had these prostate seeds implanted in me, and it was going pretty well for a while, and now I have this urgency to go to the bathroom a lot, and not a lot of it when I go. So occasionally during the show, I might have to say, I got to run, I got to go. It may be urgent, or I may not have to at all. Usually I always warn you ahead of time for no reason at all. Anyway, I'm so tired. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of technology. It just wears me out. I'm just exhausted from it. And I've decided I'm giving up on all technology. That's what I'm doing. It's just too much of it, and I'm getting too old for this stuff. You know, I've always been, in my whole life, I've been this, what they call a real technologically savvy individual. And now it's like all my devices are attacking me at one time. Now, granted, I have a lot of devices I have to deal with. I have to deal with this, okay, what you're seeing here, you know, just that. And getting that picture out and going out to the rest of the world. Let me make sure that we are going out to the rest of the world. Are we going out to the rest of the world? Yes, we are. Okay, that's good news. I didn't check there for a second, so. Let me see here. I also want to get something else ready. Just getting this stuff out, there's always something going wrong, you know? Like these lights you see that I have here, that I turn on and off, that make me look so much better lately since I put in those lights. Let me show you what it looks like without the lights, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is without the lights. But isn't that wonderful? Here's with the lights. Yeah, see? Isn't that wonderful? See? Well, just that alone, I rebooted my Wi-Fi tonight, and I had to then reset these to work again. You know, it's not like it just comes back and works, all right? And then I've got a thing where I tell my Alexa to turn lights on and off, and certain lights on and off. And one whole thing of turning those lights on and off has completely just stopped working, just completely. And I think it has something to do with the fact that the device has to be linked, and it has to be linked using my email address. And I guess it goes to someplace in China, and China says, okay, here's the information for Alexa to have, and blah, 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 blah. But that all of a sudden is not working. It won't link. It's just, which probably is them. But it doesn't drive me any less crazy. So I just figure, what do I need this for? I mean, I can just forget about it. All I got to do, turn on the TV set and watch a TV show. Okay? I'm sick and tired that every bit of equipment that I have occasionally just goes out on me. Like these lights the other night, just on their own, just decided to quit linking up and turning on and off. And then all of a sudden they did turn on and off. And then tonight I got this thing with all of a sudden the lights won't turn on when I tell them to turn on. I mean, listen what happens. Echo, turn on studio.
The skill linked with studio is not enabled.
See?
Please enable the skill to control this device.
Yeah, I'll be happy to install the skill if it would let me. You know, is it that I'm getting so old that I don't know how to operate stuff I've always known how to operate? And I wonder, I mean, like I set up this whole thing with the lights and everything, and it wasn't easy. Okay? It was a bit of a task, okay? How do people who have no technological knowledge know how to do this? Maybe they don't do it. Maybe they don't care that they talk to their Alexa and tell her to turn on the lights and it turns on the lights. Maybe they don't care. I know my good friend Larry Bubbles Brown, he doesn't care. And his life, I think, is probably better off for it. In fact, I talked to him today, but the next time I talk to him, I'm going to ask him about that. I mean, would he rather have his life with technology or without technology? And the answer would probably be he'd rather have it without technology, you know? Okay. So, anyways, it's one thing after another, and I'm tired of it. It just exhausts me. And it's enough trouble getting this show on the air all the time. Everything has to work perfectly. The video has to be working here in the studio. Then it has to go out to YouTube, and YouTube has to pick it up directly, and all of that. And it's a pain in the butt. Okay, that's all I got to say about it. By the way, is this show being monetized tonight? Yeah, it is. But it is? No, well, it isn't. I don't think it is, actually. Is it being monetized? No, let's monetize it so that so some people will get a commercial when they come on. That's the other thing that I stopped doing was monetizing this show. But then I decided to give it a try because sometimes it is willing to monetize and then it isn't willing to monetize. So far, I've made almost $20. Okay? The only problem is, I don't know. Once I got 1,000 people, I could monetize the program. That means they run commercials before the show, and I get paid for that. And then they run one after the show, and I get paid for that too. I don't put any in the middle because I don't want to do that. But and I'm not greedy. Okay. So far, I went on there and I found out I have almost $20, which we could say is wonderful, except I don't know how to collect it. I don't know where I go to get the money from YouTube. So anyway, I'll let it keep happening until it gets to 100, and then I'll cash it in. And if you don't like the commercial, by the way, at the beginning, just wait 4 seconds. I think it's 4 seconds or 5 seconds, and then you can just click the button there, and it lets you go right to the program. And you make me a few bucks. Why? Anyway. Let me see. I have a little graphic here. Would you like me to do the graphic here if I can do it? There we go. Ooh, there we go. Coronavirus. Ooh, is that scary? Okay, we got that. Or we actually have another one here. This one's a little better. This is like when you're on CNN and there's breaking news. Yeah, coronavirus update. I don't have any music for it. It's just, that's it. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sniffling tonight. Why? Because I have allergies. What do I take for allergies? I'll show you in a minute. This is what I take for allergies. You've heard of Flonase? This is the generic Flonase. It's cheaper than the real Flonase, and it's... No, I don't have the coronavirus. That's not why I'm sneezing. I have allergies. That's why I'm sneezing. Anyway, it's time for our coronavirus update. And I think that first I have to do something here to get it going here. Let me see here. Coronavirus. There we go. I go like there, and then I'll do this, and then I'll get it. There we go. Okay. All right. Here's the map, folks. Here's the, well, let me just redo this so we get the very latest up here. Oh, it's much more than it was. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the coronavirus update. Let me see here. Where do I go? There we go. Okay. See that? 857,957 people have had the coronavirus. Of them, 42,139, this is in the world, have died. Can you imagine that? This virus has taken out 42,139 people. Total recovered, 178,119. That leaves us with quite a few left over here that haven't recovered yet. And all those countries with the dots in them, as you can see, those dots represent the actual virus itself. And down here is a little thing that goes up and shows us how fast this has been rising. Here we are in the end of March, and it's 857.5K, they say, or point. Actually, it's almost 158. Okay, 858 rather. In the United States is leading now. We're number one. We're number one with 189,035 cases in the United States. We're approaching 200,000. We'll probably pass that tomorrow. Italy has 105,000. Spain, 95,000. China, 82,290. Now, there are a lot of people that are saying that China may be lying. We don't know. But they seem to have it under control, and they have all services back and up and running. And but there's China, and they had a lot of it there. That's where it all started in Hunan or wherever, Huskau. Anyway, let me see here. Where are we? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you where the best place to live on the planet Earth is. See this right up here? That's Greenland, and I brought up this little thing. Greenland has had 10 confirmed viruses. 8 of them are currently active. 2 of them are recovered. Nobody has died. So I'm moving to Greenland as soon as the show is over with tonight, okay? We go to the Soviet Union. We go to Russia. They only say they had 17 deaths and 2,337. I don't believe that number. The reason I don't believe it is they're too close to China, and it didn't spread. Come on. Who are you trying to fool, Vladimir? Come on, But we're leading the world in deaths and in cases so far, but not in deaths, I don't think. We have total deaths now of 3,900, is it? That's what it looks like, yeah, 3,900 in the United States. Or maybe, I guess that's what it is. Let me see here. Italy. Oh, look at Italy, though. Look at the deaths they had. 12,428. Spain, 8,464. So considering that we have 189,000 and we're only at 3,900, per capita, we're doing much better than a lot of those other countries. Going down to the very bottom of the list, we've got Timor-Leste, and they have had 1 total confirmed with 0 deaths. Sierra Leone, 1 confirmed, no deaths. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which I think is near here, isn't it, somewhere? Wait a minute, we don't have that many. That's not right. There, that's right. 1 total confirmed, 0 deaths, 1 total recovered. So there are no cases there currently. We're up to Gambia. Got 4 people there that haven't. 1 of them died, so that's 25% mortality rate in Gambia. Somalia, they got 5 total confirmed, 0 deaths, 1 recovered. Nepal, here we go. Nepal, 5 confirmed, 0 deaths. Fiji, 5 confirmed, 0 deaths. So there are places that that have been doing pretty good. Laos, 9, 0 deaths. The Seychelles, I've always liked that name, Seychelles. It's out off the coast of Africa. 10 totally confirmed, 0 recovered, but 0 deaths. So anyway, we could go on and on and on, but we're right there at the top, ladies and gentlemen, with our almost 4,000 deaths so far. 1,096 of them in New York City, where I am right now waiting to die. Okay, so there you go. That's our map for tonight. I hope you enjoy it. We will check the map every night and take a look and see what's going on with the world that way. Whatever. Anyway, let me bring up Skype here. We'll bring people in. We'll do a show. I will take a couple of pees during the program. I don't know what it is. All of a sudden, they say that after you have this, you might have to urinate a lot and have an urgency every now and then. I don't have the urgency right now. I just feel like I could, and it was going fine. I mean, I wasn't having any real problems. And then all of a sudden, it's like acting up on me. But the good news is I'm urinating, but not like I should be. Okay. Do any of you want to know this? Probably not. But I just say that I gotta pick up and go here at some future moment. So let me I didn't even turn on the lines yet. That's why here we go. And it's oh, there he is, Jeff. Hello, Jeff. And Scott Boddicker is calling. Let me start getting these people in here. Let me see here. There's, first of all, there's Mr. Zeller. Wait a minute. Hold on a sec. Come on. I got to get him at there. That's his big number. Okay, that's him. And then I got Charlie Wallace is calling. I got Scott Boddicker. I got to get in here. The beginning of the show, this is about as interesting as paint drying. Let me see here. Where is it? Oh, there's Charlie Wallace. I can put him in there, I guess. Well, he isn't. There we go. Okay. Then I got to go here and figure out which one's Scott. Hold on a second here. Oh, there's Scott Bod, 76. Have you changed that recently, Scott?
Nope. I don't know how.
You don't know how. Oh, okay. Well, good.
No technology here.
You know something? I'm getting to the point where I just hate technology. I'm just getting to hate it. Let me see here. I have no idea which one she is. Hold on. Let me see here. I can't find you anywhere here, Charlene. Are you?
Can you hear me?
John Larkin's calling too. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, but I can hear you, but I can't find you on the
She's on the Skype.
On the Skype thing here.
Maybe I should call you from my phone because I got a new computer.
Well,
maybe
do you have a name for your computer?
It's still that I was trying to fix it again. It's like grayed out and it won't let me change it from that stupid thing.
Oh,
well, it has just a bunch of letters.
Well, hold on a second. Let me bring John Larkin in. Oh, there you are. I just found you. I think this is you. And no, that isn't you. Oh God, I'm having more problems here. Hold on, folks. Just let me see here. I wish some of you people would do. Let's see here. Is that it? No. Yeah. Is that? Wait a minute. Yeah. Hold on a second. I got to put on my glasses. I can't see a thing here. Okay, that's John Larkin. Okay, and then I go here, and I bring in. I guess that's got to be Charlene. You got to figure out a way to change your name, Charlene. Okay, there we go. Now we got a whole bunch of people there. There we are. And hello to all of you. How are you this evening?
Are you still here?
Still not sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Any of you? None of you have the coronavirus?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Okay. I don't think I have it either. So, you know.
Chris Cuomo has it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah, but he's pretty young. So.
Oh, was it Chris?
Yeah,
It's
he's
Chris.
like
Chris
quarantined, but he's still like broadcasting from Skype or something.
Yeah, and his guest last night was his brother, so which is kind of cool.
So I got a question
Yeah.
from what you started. What happened in New Zealand?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me get all these people on here. Here comes, okay, Rob. Okay, so then I go here to 8. And I put in, let's see here, 7. I'll make it Rob. Okay, Rob Alfano. There we go. And then who's the other one? Oh, yeah, it's Tony. Okay, Tony. Phony. Oh, Webhead. There we go. Okay, now. Oh boy, we're really filling up fast these days. Oh, there we go. Look at that, folks. Look at that. And that Phil didn't even call tonight. So, look at us. We're all filled up. So, hello, Rob. Rob and I.
Hello.
I've been getting headaches too. Am I complaining too much about my health? I've been getting headaches.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it has to do. No, it's not the virus. I've had this ever since I had the seeds put in. I get these slight sinus headaches up here, and then they go away.
Trump gives me a headache.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bad tonight. Yeah.
Who was?
Trump. Oh, he's well. Rob and I spent maybe a half hour talking about Trump between each other earlier today. I almost should have been recording that conversation because it was really something. What we're bothered by is that he isn't doing anything, but he's taking claim for everything.
Yeah, he was being grandiose again tonight about how wonderful he is.
Well, yeah, I mean, how he put in all these hospitals in New York. I'm sorry, that was Andrew Cuomo's little deal. The fact that Andrew Cuomo decided, hey, we'll use Jacob Javits Center as a hospital, and he had to call the president to see if he could get the boat. It was all Cuomo's doing, but now he's taking credit for it. Look at what I did.
That's his MO.
I can't take him. I hope he drops dead. I'm serious. I really hope he does.
I agree with you.
I'm going to wish cancer on him. I really hate this guy.
Be a good way to get rid of him, yeah.
If there's any God, Trump will get coronavirus.
I mean, I know it's not the right thing to do. My mother would kill me to think like that, but I hate his guts. Did you see the pillow guy? I almost vomited myself.
Oh, the pillow guy. Did you see that, Rob?
The My Pillow guy?
Did you see that, John? Jeff, all of you, Charlie, did you see the pillow guy?
No.
Video.
I heard about it.
Mr.
I can't stomach him on television, so I don't.
My Pillow guy, right?
Well, he's a former. You know what he is? He's a former drug addict who learned how to make pillows.
And he's religious or something.
I actually got one of his pillows too.
Oh, really? Well, I would take it out.
Bring it out. I have one.
No, I would. No, I would.
I
would take it out and burn it in the backyard.
I know. I feel so cheap when I sleep on it now.
Yeah.
I use it for my back though. I was like, oh God, I even bought one of this fucker's pillows. I said.
Yeah. Hello, Phil. We got a full house now.
Hi. I was having problems getting on Skype tonight, and I just heard the My Pillow guy thing.
Horrible. Horrible was it?
What's the My Pillow guy thing? Did something happen to him?
This My Pillow guy advertises more on Fox than Michael Bloomberg did on Facebook.
Pretty good.
I get more My Pillow commercials. They're starting to come out of my, tush.
Yeah. Anyway, he comes out yesterday, and all it was a commercial for My Pillow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm making some masks. Oh, really? Okay. What are you going to call them? My mask?
Under 6 o'clock now.
It's a good thing he's doing. He's converted his entire factory masks.
Up there, Phil.
They're using surgery.
You know how many people are doing that, and they're not getting the commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not
Well,
taking.
he's
They're not using the opportunity to do a free commercial.
Right.
At the president's press conference, they just, he talked about, My Pillow, and then the second half of his speech was a sermon about God.
Makes sense.
He's very religious.
Of course he's religious. He's an ex-addict. Okay.
He'll become religious.
Right?
Huh?
I think it was
methamphetamine. Method, yeah.
Is there some extraneous audio playing in the background somewhere? I hear you hear that? I hear the program coming back in like a delay. Somebody's got it up on their computer.
I don't think so. I don't hear it. Does anybody else hear it?
I hear it.
Maybe it's me. I got my speakers on. Let me turn my speakers off.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't hear it, but
I do.
How's that? Well, no, I can't hear. Let me get my.
I'm using speakers instead of.
No, let me double check. It's not me.
Let me go get earphones.
It could be you've got some pot open or something.
I hope it's not me.
Mute. My wife's got the TV in another room blasting.
No, but
that was me. I had a browser open, didn't realize it.
Oh, okay. Bad boy. I expect.
Still getting used to all the new controls here.
Yeah. Look, the studio's taking shape.
Oh, it's been a long way.
But the My Pillow guy, God, oh my God! And then he brings out all these people who it's like, when didn't the act of giving become a reward in and of itself?
It's just a sick act. I thought.
Like you don't have to show up at the White House like he did yesterday, Mr. My Pillow, and plug your product, or any of the other people who were there who mentioned what their product was. You do good work and you shut the hell up, right? You just and it's like Trump with him saying, and some of these governors never thanked me. Hey, you're not supposed to get thanks for doing something that's right. It's the act of doing it that should be giving you great pleasure.
What is that called, Scott? Contrition?
He's terrible.
Contrition.
Contrition? Yeah.
That was horrible.
Catholic Church. What are they?
The act of contrition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just, oops, I can't go there.
I thought, was that the lowest point of I've ever seen? That's like the low, and the way he sat in the back, like the big shot. It was almost like.
Well, he always stands there looking like a kid who had to go to some event his parents made him go to, and that he can't stand being there, so he's very fidgety. Am I right? Do you notice that, Rob? Yeah.
And he does this.
Yeah. That whirling back and forth and not really paying attention and kind of looking over somebody's while they're reading something. And then earlier today in today's conference, at one point somebody was giving a speech. They were all asking questions of Fauci and the woman I call Scarfy. I don't know what her name is.
I can't. The one with the white on all the time. My mother called her doctor, the death doctor.
I call her Scarfy because she's always got the scarf. And so everybody's asking them questions rather than Trump, and it's driving him nuts. And at one point, they finished with Fauci, and Fauci moves over to the side, and immediately Trump jumps into the podium, and then somebody asks a question of Scarfy. And so he then backs off again. What a egotistical.
The only good thing about the coronavirus is he's not allowed to have any more of those rallies.
That's right. Yeah. He's using this as his rallies.
That's exactly right. So
well,
that's
listen,
why Mike time. That's why he's there every night at 6 o'clock.
I'll tell you, Biden's fighting for space. I mean, when's the last time you really heard about the Democratic primaries?
Yeah,
exactly.
Biden's lucky nobody's asking him any questions.
What?
Biden is lucky Nobody is asking him.
Oh,
any
they are.
questions.
He's been on some shows. He's been on some shows, and he's been okay.
Does he drool still?
No, he never drooled. Speaking about drooling, have you seen your little boy? You know.
What? He wasn't having any spittle when he spoke.
Oh, yesterday, he has sometimes. But yesterday, his hair almost fell off.
Oh, that would be
nice. The wind was blowing, and he was constantly kind of fighting the wind by holding his hair.
The Civil War on his head.
Huh?
It's the Civil War on his head. The North versus the South.
Yeah. Here comes Kevin. Let me see here. I got to bring him in here. Let me see here. He would come in the number 10 spot. And here we go with Kevin. Let me see here. Kevin. Oh, well, he would be Hog Rider, of course. Why do I look for him as Kevin? There we go. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Did you see the My Pillow guy yesterday?
Yeah, how are you? Yeah.
Shit show.
On the daily advertisements.
Yeah.
The only thing missing was the 800 number on the bottom of the fucking screen.
You know,
and the little jingle.
Well, that cost extra.
Disgusting.
And when you make something for a royalty, don't they give you a certain crest or something that you're able to display?
But that's an entirely different thing, Phil.
That guy again.
I think that they should do that for American firms that are stepping up to the plate and making these things
Phil,
for
you don't have to give them
they'll all
anything.
get medals of honor.
You know something? You don't have to give them anything. You know the
seal, the presidential seal.
The act of doing something good should be payment enough for them. You know, if there was some way I could add to the stuff, I would. You know, but
my mother said it. My mother knows nothing about anything, and she says, "Why is this guy there?" To me.
Yeah. Well, he's there because some people voted for him. Nobody,
the pillow guy.
Nobody here that I know except for one guy. Oh God, Michael Klein.
Pillow.
Am I going to be able to fit him in without everything going crazy here? Let me see. Let me give it a try. Okay? Let me give it a try. Michael Klein. Michael, I might have to get rid of you if this is too much people here. Hold on a second. What name do you use? I've got so many names here that... do you have a name that you're using? Mike, there it is.
Right.
Yeah, there it is. And is he here? Let me see here. Yep, we got him. Okay, nobody sneeze. Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi there, Michael. How are you?
I'm actually probably better than most because I'm able to work at home, so
yeah,
I'm very grateful for that. But I think I mentioned before that I work on Naked and Afraid, and so I am literally uploading from my house to Discovery Networks. It's crazy. So what I worked on in my house is going to go on the air in 3 weeks.
No.
Do you edit? Do you edit?
I'm doing color, actually. Just the color grading.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine there isn't much color grading there. You just have to make sure it looks like flesh.
No, they have like 6 cameras, and each camera has a different color. They got the GoPros, they got the handhelds.
Okay, so you got to equalize them all out, right?
Yes, it's crazy.
What kind of spectrometer do you use?
It's a good question. I don't use a spectrometer. I use a consumer version, which is good enough right now.
Spider.
Phil, why do you have to use terms that nobody knows what you're talking about?
He's
to show how smart you are?
Showing off.
Yeah, showing off.
Who's in charge of blurring out all the good parts?
See, you're
right.
There's so all of
the naughty bits, right?
All of the production company is now remote, and so there are people who I'm doing a 2-hour episode. There's 100 blur shots that are done in After Effects.
Yeah.
And they upload them to me. I have a server in my house, and I download them from my own server and put them in the show. So when I first get the show, everyone's naked, and then as the blurs come in, I overcut them and copy the.
I'll tell you what. If I saw you can't unsee certain things.
Oh, it is so gross. There is nothing sexual about it at all.
Blur, you do something, you missed a blur, and it goes back out, and so maybe it goes on the air with no blur.
No, you must have never happened, thank God. But we have about 6 people going frame by frame, making sure all the blurs are good.
We used to do that at the Playboy when I worked for the Playboy channel. We used to take all the porno movies and then cut out all the parts that everybody wanted to see that they paid for, but you can't have. And that was a tedious task. And, it's back and forth.
The question is, when you take a porn film and you remove all the porn, what do you have left?
You just have a lot of cover shots, right? You got to keep it the length. So you keep cutting away to
now, didn't a lot of those guys who did porn back then, didn't they do separate versions, separate takes, so that you could have a clean shot, and still the continuity would keep going? I mean,
some of them would. They would do like a movie, a version that would run on a pay-per-view for a hotel, or Playboy channel, or whatever.
Yeah.
But we did a lot of editing, and then we'd have visitors come in because
that ruins the whole meaning and function of porn.
It was boring to watch.
Yeah.
So I went to In-N-Out today. I braved out into the outside world, and 35-minute wait in the drive-thru line.
How line was. That was a good wait. I went there the other day, and it was at least that long.
In your car, you're waiting, right?
Yeah, you gotta wait in your car.
That's not bad.
I had a craving.
It's not good, but it's standing next to people.
But I mean, in Los Angeles, it's just freaky to see. Like, I had 6 car lengths ahead of me on the freeway. It was just bizarre. Freaky times were in.
Still in L.A. Tommy's. That used to be the best burger.
Tommy's, of course. Yeah.
Oh, those are better than In-N-Out.
But they're farther away.
Oh.
But with In-N-Out, you get a Bible tract on the bottom of every cup.
I forgot to check for that.
Yeah.
Maybe I can go in the trash can and read you the Bible verse.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy my pillow, and it's the reason why I don't go to In-N-Out. Anybody who's going to force religion down my throat can go screw themselves.
That my pillow.
Oh, wait a minute! I forgot to change something here. I got to change something here.
That's why I don't eat there either.
It's a royal flush.
No, it's a jackpot.
Is it a jackpot?
10, 11, 12.
I only see 9.
11.
12 jackpot.
Is 12 a jackpot? Don't nobody else call, because it'll just. I've had it just completely. All of a sudden, people start disappearing, and it's.
So how's your health, Alex? I haven't gotten an update.
No!
Half an hour.
I was looking for
right now. I'm having kind of being short of breath. I think a little bit, but I think it's allergies. I don't think it's the coronavirus. Although I could go get my thermometer.
Do you have one of those pulse ox things? Because those are hard to come by now, but that's a good thing to have.
The what?
Like you put it for the oxygen on your finger, and if your oxygen level doesn't look too good, that's how you can tell.
Oh, yeah. They put on you in the hospital.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. It measures how much oxygen is in your blood and everything.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have, but they're hard to get now. Like
I think I'm okay. I'm just a little wheezy, but I don't have. Last time I checked my temperature, I was fine. So,
Did anyone see John Oliver on Sunday?
Yes.
I thought he was brilliant. And really just encapsulated everything for me.
Yeah.
And I know Phil won't watch it, but Phil, you might get a little education if you watch it.
Yeah.
Well, some of those clips he had from Italy.
Yeah.
In Italy were very funny.
Yeah.
He did a good job. I like
Is he another one of those phony English speaking, with the English accent and I'm holier than thou and I'm so funny?
No, not at all. Not at all. He's just very, very funny. And he pretty much encapsulates everything in a way that even you would understand.
He talks about it probably.
Huh? What?
Yeah. And I don't watch those guys. I think they're all full of crap.
I see. They're full of crap. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So, Bill, you think Trump's done a great job with this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What answer did you expect, Michael?
Sometimes you hope for a glimmer of hope,
Yeah.
But when idiots ask the same question over and over, you get the same answer.
Yeah, the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing.
Well, I want to ask Scott here, because Scott kind of gets silent when there are these many people. But Scott, have you watched any of the press conferences that Trump's been holding?
Yes, I have.
And what is your takeaway?
Well, I think his last one was his best one. The one today. I mean, he actually, or maybe it was yesterday's. I can't remember. But yeah, he actually was not as terrible until they start asking him questions. All right. And CNN is just baiting the motherfucker. You know that. Oops, sorry about that. And just so he'll go off on him.
Yeah.
Just bait him. He shouldn't do that.
Well,
I'm sorry.
They know he can be baited, and the fact that they know he can be baited is his weakness.
NBC does the same thing.
Just ask him. Well, he asked. I don't know. It just they're trying to make him look stupid. But it's not.
They're not. No.
They're
just challenging him on his lies.
Yeah.
Lies. What he's doing is reporting the facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Three different ways.
He sat on his ass saying there was no problem for months.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I knew the whole
behind
thing
the eight ball.
And if anybody's bringing this economy back, it'll be him. Because I tell you, after the 2008 recession, Obama brought us back malaise and one of the worst, slowest recoveries that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
By the previous administration.
Yeah, let me just say about Obama for you. What a prick, huh? What a prick he was.
Yeah.
What a prick.
Everything he did today has been terrible, right?
Yeah. He
bailing out the auto industry.
His morality right out the window. I think Obama was screwing every woman in town, wasn't he? In fact, I think he once bragged that he could touch their pussy and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, grab it.
Alex, that's just locker room talk. Come on.
It's just friendly male locker room talk. The kind that, as a male, I hated. I always didn't like it when the other guys did it. Yes, Kevin.
Because they were grabbing you.
Kevin.
Did anybody see the CNN interview with Bill Gates on it?
No.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
That was really good.
What? Tell us about it.
Well, he was just the mind of reasoning. I mean, he's been studying this whole pandemic thing for a long time, in other countries as well as here. And he actually made me feel a little better about what was going on, and was more realistic about what should be going on and the whole bit.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. He just had a lot more reasonable outlook on what was going to happen and how it should be, tackled and everything else.
Right.
I thought it was pretty good. I saw Tony posted part of it, but that was a tail end of the interview itself.
Yeah.
And you heard what he said too, Kevin. He said, Alex, that they should have looked at China's model. We should have been locked down in January, a hard lockdown. Because then you say we waited too long. That's what I was trying to.
Well,
we dropped the ball.
Somebody asked me about that, saying, "Well, we're not that kind of country. We couldn't do that here. We wouldn't do that kind of lockdown here." And I went, I'd give up most of my freedoms for a small period of time if it meant that it was going to cut down on the amount of deaths in this whole thing. As long as at the end we get it back,
Once up your freedoms, they never give it back.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Really? Bullshit. That's Phil. That's just
because
rhetoric.
they would have so many people
That's just
fighting to get
rhetoric.
it back.
So those acts that they instituted after the 9/11, did they still have those laws in effect? You know, the monitoring, the
That's a law. This is not. We're not talking about instituting a law.
We're talking about.
But I agree with you with laws. Yes. But this is not a law. This is you need to stay in the house during this period to save lives, right? We could lose. The president said it tonight. 100 to 240,000 Americans can die, and we can't stay in the house.
Charlie's has his hand up. Charlie.
Terrible. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to point out to Phil that South Korea and the United States reported their first coronavirus victim on the same day in January.
Mm-hmm.
We have 190,000 cases now in the U.S., and they don't even have 19,000 in South Korea.
Hey,
you know why? They
works.
don't have a moron running the government.
No, they don't have morons that won't stay in their house. You have an option. You don't have to go out and not.
Phil, where did you go today?
I was in my office.
Yeah. Are you an essential business, by the way?
Yes.
How?
I am.
How are you?
What?
How are you?
I'm a contractor that does work in residential homes.
Well, how's that essential business?
If you read the Contra Costa mandate, I am an exempt. Plumbers, electricians, people that do work in residential homes that fix things for the safety of the home.
Yeah, but that should be
There's
in
no
the case
safety
of
factor for what you do.
If you got a hole in the floor,
Okay.
you had a flood. I do insurance work, so
Okay.
if you had a flood, half of your stuff is
Phil,
ripped
I
out.
maintain that you're un-American.
He's not essential.
Really, you're un-American. I'm serious. I mean, you know, we except for 2 occasions, have not left this house for over 2 weeks. This apartment, and we feel we feel we're doing our part. You know.
Well, I'm doing my part too by keeping people's homes safe.
Bullshit, Phil.
You may think bullshit, but it's the law.
You're allowing yourself in a crisis to line your pockets.
No, I'm staying open, doing a service for the people.
Oh yeah, right. Can you actually look in the mirror and say that to yourself?
Absolutely.
Dentists aren't open.
Well, they just opened. They added new guidelines today in the Bay Area, so you might want to check them because I think they got a little bit tighter on that.
Yeah,
they're gonna hit it with a fine.
Yeah, I think they added carpet people to that.
My store is closed to the public, and it's only open by appointment, and it's and therefore I only have one customer at a time.
Phil, if you cared about this, you would not, to begin with, expose your employees.
I sent them home.
So you do all the installation yourself?
Not doing the installations. I'm doing the in the store stuff and the estimates. So I don't have any salespeople right
And so you estimate, and then what do you tell them? We'll be able to get around to you in 3 months?
No, I just have them come in by appointment, make their selections, and then we order the stuff, schedule the installation, and put it in.
How many think that's BS? Would you raise your hands, please?
It's not BS. It's what I do.
Huh?
Yeah, but you're stretching the truth a little bit with it's. I mean, okay, yes, there are maybe occasions, but how often does it happen where there are big holes in the floors and families are in trouble because of it?
Most of my business comes from insurance company, water loss. I'm tied into 2 or 3 different insurance companies that send me an assignment after there's a claim. So, and I'm the one that goes out, determines what the scope of the claim is, and then we take care of it.
Kevin?
And he pays me.
Kevin?
Yeah, I could believe that. How are you getting you having troubles getting your supplies? Because I could believe that you're probably quoting your jobs and probably not getting your supplies for a few weeks. Yeah.
Initially, there was a lot of the mills had closed, but within a week they all started producing again.
I was thinking maybe you could probably go out and quote your jobs and still not get them for a few weeks, and then you're probably doing okay because you're not really going out there.
When the $1,200 check comes, you're going to cash it.
Cash it. I'm going to enjoy it 100%. That's my Obama money.
You socialist.
That's your Obama money.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he learned from Obama how to hand out that money, so I want that.
What do you mean? He already handed this money out once before in the tax rebate thing that he had a while back. He's using the Andrew Yang form of ingratiate himself to people.
$1,200, like Andrew said, right?
I liked Andrew Yang.
Of course, you like anybody who gives you free money, and you're not a socialist.
Yeah, he's going to take that. Yeah.
No, I remember Phil said he sent back that Obama check.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he did. Yeah, that's it.
After I cashed it. Hey, everybody's going to be under a lot of financial pressure for the next couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
I have a massive overhead, and I got to keep it going. I mean,
we're not under financial pressure because my wife is still working, getting paid. She's working out of the home, but she's getting paid. I'm still getting my Social Security, and I'm still getting my SAG-AFTRA pension, and we're making no less money now than we were making before this thing, and we're going to get about $2,400.
I am a person that hates jobs.
What's the cutoff is a salary, right? So
100.
Yeah.
75,000 per person.
Well, it's for two people, it's 200,000.
200, yeah.
200,000?
Yeah, for two people.
It's 98 each, isn't it?
Something like
that.
that.
I think it's 99.
Then my wife might get it.
There's a
199, something like that.
The SBA has some programs for small businesses where if you got less than 50 employees, you can apply for a loan, and if you use that loan for rent, the business rent, utilities, and salaries to keep your people employed, even though you're quasi shut down in my case, then they forgive it if you use the money within, I think, 10 weeks.
Well,
Are you paying people now?
Yeah.
Here's the part that's really going to get to a lot of you. I heard
Phil's
this.
a good-hearted guy. He's one of the nicest people I know. I don't agree with much he says, but I think Phil's an amazing human being.
Yeah,
truly.
Yeah, he's a decent on an
individual level.
Yeah.
Well, what else is there?
I mean, I feel the same way, but then again, Rob, you and I don't have to see him all the time.
You do every night.
Yeah.
Back up.
Yeah. Did you say something, Scott?
I said from the neck up, you only get to see it.
From the neck up, he's from the neck up, he's an asshole, but from the neck down, he's okay, I guess. Anyway, I don't know if any of you hear this, that all these checks that are going out.
When are we getting?
Well, there's going to be a little extra something on those checks that you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Huh?
Extra money?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, you guys going to take the checks? I thought he wasn't your president.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Do you know what that extra thing is with those checks, Phil?
I do.
I know Scott does. Hold on a second. Let's see if Phil does.
No, I don't know.
Okay, Scott, tell him.
Sure,
Trump's
I'm getting one.
signature.
Oh, nice.
No.
Really?
No. Did that really happen?
Yes.
I better run and cash it fast, Alex. It's gonna bounce.
Shit.
I'm not 100% sure.
How does that not qualify as running for president?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm getting direct deposit. I don't have to see that shit.
You're right. You're right. We don't have to.
Everybody was. I thought there were no checks. I had heard that you had to come up with a way, whether it was the IRS or some way to get the money that they weren't doing checks.
Yeah, I think
checks take a long time.
Yes. Well, they are. Or let's see here. The $2 trillion. Mind you, it's not $1 billion. It's not $1 million. It's $2 trillion, and they're going for another $2 trillion now.
Okay.
Oh, good. I get another check.
Isn't this the guy who kept complaining about how much money the government had been spending?
He's giving it away.
And he's going to have a deficit by the time he's through in office, the likes of which you've never seen.
Absolutely.
It's the Trump casino all over again.
Taking on for the Kennedy Center. This one's getting 180 million. This one's getting that. There was so much
Kennedy Center. How much is the Kennedy Center getting?
How much?
25 million, and it's because.
Okay, so they're getting 25 million. This is out of $2 trillion, Phil.
He's worried about that's like a penny.
That's you know how many masks you can buy with $25 million?
You know how many masks they're going to make for $25 million? 2 of them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
here's what happened. Here's what the big problem has been so far, is that each of the states are bidding against each other for masks. So the price of masks go up, and then the person who then goes out and buys all of them at the highest price is FEMA, because FEMA can outbid the rest of them. Okay, so rather than saying FEMA should be the only organization that can get these things, they can bring the price in low because nobody's bidding. There's not a bidding war breaking out, and then FEMA can turn around and give those to the states. But FEMA doesn't want to do that. FEMA just wants the masks for themselves.
And what was Trump's worst nightmare about single payer healthcare? The single payer healthcare was much less than $2 trillion.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I think it was more than that. It was
30 trillion over 30 years or something.
Yeah.
10 years.
Oh, we got now. The government's paying for it. You know, you got the COVID virus. Boom. You don't even have to pay for the test.
This is as socialistic as you can possibly get. This whole.
Are they going to give you the test if you're not sniffling? No. You got to be in before you can find out whether you got the
test. You got to have some kind of symptom before they're going to give you the test, because there's no need to give you the test if you don't have a symptom.
Well, you could even lie and say you got the
symptoms. You're not walking around with the virus.
You walk around
and
2 weeks without symptoms.
People are wondering how Italy was able to get all of their N95 masks, because they aren't for profit. They want to take care of all of their citizens.
No, that's because most of the Italians already died, and they don't need masks.
Yes, Kevin, are you trying to say something there?
Yeah, they're singing from the balcony.
Well, I was just, the big Republican argument is that it's all comes down to why Pelosi threw in the arts and all that on that pork bill. But look at how much money is going to the non-U.S. flagged ships, the cruise ships.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't even have American. They don't even have American registry.
Yeah, they don't have American registry, but they're American companies because the tax breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, right.
They're American.
They're still getting the money.
Right.
I don't give a shit about those. I don't know about you, but I don't give a shit about those cruise ships because they're nothing but petri dishes anyway. They've had more bad health on cruise ships in the last 10 years than any other single place.
They supply a lot of jobs in the ports, whether it be Miami, Fort Lauderdale,
Screw that. Those people should go look for other jobs. I'll use your methodology here. They should go look for better jobs.
Tons of companies that support these things that
so
supply
give the people the money.
Phil, you could look. Do you know the only place that makes money off of those cruise ships? Miami. Yeah, and where is Mar-a-Lago? Let's make it broader. Let's just say Florida. That's the reason why he wanted to do it, not because he was going to.
It's an industry that's getting devastated.
The reason he was so late to go and do England as a port that he didn't want people coming in from was because of his Scottish golf courses and his hotels.
Well, You're not.
He's
being
been
fair.
running this
Well,
country.
no, you know what, Phil?
Assuming that's what he wanted.
If you're going to if you're not going to, if you're going to run businesses as the president of the United States, you better expect that. Because you haven't taken yourself. This is exactly what he reaps what he sows. He didn't give up his business.
And he's handling it. He's handling all of you guys coming down on him for just being an American citizen that happens to be doing his duty as the leader of this country.
His duty.
He was elected.
His duty.
I'm wearing a mask from a bodega and afraid to leave my house 3 years later.
Yeah.
He
We
still
were
hasn't
here, Phil.
expressed any condolences for the one who died.
Right now, his duty amounts to 189,035 people who have the coronavirus.
Trump, I mean, come on.
Wait a minute. It may have gone up, by the way. It may have gone up.
$1 billion to help them.
Excuse
Trump
me.
supporters can bury their heads in the sand about what's going on, but it's all on videotape. We played some audio last Friday.
Called it a hoax.
Trump saying all this stuff that there's no problem. People are getting better. There's nothing. While he should have been doing something.
That's what he was told by the communist government.
Then he failed, and his administration failed.
Well, you got to still believe the China says.
The buck stops at
the. Told the same thing to
believe what China's saying. You're taking it hook, line, and sinker.
All I know is 240,000 Americans are going to die. That has nothing to do with China.
Well, we'll see. They also said that the Hope hospital ship would be months before it got to New York Harbor. He said it'd be a week, and it
you
took
should get
10
a part-time job on the Trump administration. You'd be a great. Because all you do is come up with ways to make excuses for this guy.
The guy's doing the right thing.
Sure,
and
he is.
Guys are treasonous for the way you're acting towards him.
Wow.
Here's a question that I pose. Here's a question. Do you think the administration? I'm gonna do a little. My opinion. I think they sat in the office, and I think they knew what was going. They knew what was going on with China when they got their first case, like Charlie said. And I personally think they might have sat Trump down and said, "Listen, we can shut the country down in January." And I think he probably said, "You know what? We don't have any cases really. Let's play it by ear. We'll monitor this, but let's keep everything open. Because if we close everything, we're going to go down. People
may not get reelected."
And I think
everything he's been doing.
And now he crapped out.
Everything he's been doing is in service of him getting reelected.
Correct.
He doesn't make a single decision that isn't predicated on, well, if I do this, is it going to hurt me or is it going to help me? Rather than, Cuomo the other day, in his speech, somebody asked him about, any political aspirations or something he might have. He says, look, he said, he said, I don't care if tomorrow I lose my job over this thing as long as I do what I thought was right.
That's because he wants to be president.
No, he doesn't want to be president. In fact, his brother asked him last night if he wanted to be president, and he said no. And Chris asked him a second time, and he said no. And he asked him a third time, and he said no.
That's because he lied 3 times.
Well, he may later on down the line, but right now he's got a job to do in New York, he feels, And by the way, if he did decide to jump ship here in New York and suddenly get drafted to run against Trump, he'd beat the pants off of him.
So I'd vote for him immediately.
Across the country.
Me too.
Yeah.
So, Alex?
Yes,
Alex,
Charlie.
It's supposed to be really bad in the next 2 weeks, and then this thing is supposed to go on like at least until April 30th, right?
Well, they say it could.
We're on lockdown until June 10th.
Right.
Your company?
But in the next 2 weeks, it's going to get really bad, they say, right?
That's what scares me. He said it's going to get really bad. What does that mean? Then? If he says it's really bad,
could
then
peak
forget about it.
in a week, or it could peak in 3 weeks. That's what they're saying. At least here in New York. The rest of the country is yet to get to a peak.
Yeah, where I live, Alex, I'm in a county in New Jersey, like it's Bergen and the North Jersey. And I'm in the Middlesex County, which is the 5th county, and it's like the last one that they say. So I feel good about that.
I suddenly noticed that there are two Mr. Zellers here. Who do I not have? Who do I not have in the in the mix. I've got him, I got him. I got our friend from San Francisco, Mr. Larkin. Let's see here. Maybe we only have, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. I can go back to the because there are two Zellers there, and we don't need two Zellers.
11 on Skype.
What?
11 on Skype,
including me.
Yeah.
Well,
so that's the royal flush. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but I've got somebody. Let me just get rid.
Yeah, you got 12 on YouTube.
Because you got two of Jeff.
Yeah, 2 Jeffs.
Let's see here. 2 Jeffs. I don't know why I have 2 Jeffs, but everybody, it's well worth it. You know, it's better than 2. It's better than 2 Phils.
Yeah. You can play Jeff tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, let me see here. Let me get rid of that. Okay, let me see. Get rid of 11, and then we can go like that. And it's still a royal flush, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right. I don't know how I got 2 of you there, Mr. Zeller, but what the hell? I don't mind. Let me see here.
Hear the update on Connecticut?
What?
The update on Connecticut.
Yeah, what's the update on Connecticut?
Well, right next to us is a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, everybody was golf coursing. So they said, this is crazy. These guys are just killing each other.
Oh, yeah.
That they're also going to get sick. So they canceled the golf course. Well, everybody got after the governor and said, bullshit. Golfing is an important job.
What?
But you can only have one guy in a cart.
Yeah, same in Arizona.
So how is it? It is considered to be a what?
We Americans are so spoiled.
You know something? I just say anybody who goes out and does anything right now is being a total jerk. Okay,
But you need to
selfish.
Social distance. Yeah. If you can't trust people just to stay 6 feet away from each other, you could go out.
I've heard some estimates that the social distance should be 24 feet.
Wow.
Oh, from you?
No.
Go out?
No. 24 feet.
That's why I only go out for a half hour every week.
Because the virus can travel that far.
Half hour every week? Is that when they let you out of the cell?
That's
for
it.
Yard?
Yeah.
I'm going for 8 hours.
If I didn't have to get food, I'd never leave the house.
I know. It's like I'm afraid to leave.
I don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't left. I went out. The thing you saw the other night, that's the only other time I've been out. I was out a week before that, a Tuesday before that. And I haven't been out of here. In fact, I'm getting a little squirrely, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, oh, sure.
I get overtired. Like, I feel like I get tired.
I can't even watch TV. Like, I watched all 46 episodes of The Expanse. That took a bit of my time. It was something to look forward to, and that was it. You know.
Yeah, I don't understand the morons that are talking about this Tiger Man show.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's great.
What a train wreck, you know?
I couldn't watch it. I watched 2 episodes. Couldn't watch it.
Well, my question is, are Americans that bored that that's the #1 show on Netflix?
What a piece of garbage.
You know?
Very Jerry Springer or something, yeah.
Well, let me see. Who did we just lose? Who just sent something here?
I did.
Oh, don't send anything because it comes through over here. And
it's just a link.
Yeah, I know, but it came up as like a whole big thing.
It covered up your whole picture.
Oh, all right. This was Howard Stern's recommendation of a doctor who's an ICU doctor at one of the largest New York hospitals, and he really explained in a very human way how we can live in this world and how we can go to a store and what is contagious. And you know, in a nutshell, it's just don't touch your face.
Yeah.
Dr. Isaac.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend you guys watch it.
Do you see that guy, Jake Tapper? He's the guy that does bar rescue. And he said that our lives are going to change the way we socialize because, for instance, in a bar, they're going to have to move the tables further apart in restaurants. If you can't just belly up to a bar and have somebody next to you. You can't go to the movie theater and expect that you're going to be able to social distance. Things are going to be different when this.
I think that once this is over with and there is not a contagion on, I think that we will go back to a lot of our old ways. But I think that what we will do is we'll be a little more cognizant of the fact that we're capable, if we have a cold or a flu, of passing it to someone else. And maybe we'll do what they do in other countries, and that's wear a mask when you're sick.
Yeah, I can see that now. Yeah, the mask, like China.
You know, I see.
Well, they kind of already want to. They want you to do that already. Like if you go to a hospital, they have masks and they have things there that they ask you if you come in and you're kind of coughing or something. They wanted you to do that already. Put a mask on. You know.
Fauci said that this virus is going to come back next year, and it'll just morph into something else, and it'll be more resistant.
By then, though, we may have what do you call it? Inoculations against it. We may have a lot of different cures for this disease.
If they can come up with
we may be
stuff,
finding a cure very soon. I mean, we may find that one of these drugs, like the one for malaria, might help mitigate it. You know.
Yeah.
And then they're testing the blood plasma of the people that have already survived it, that didn't die from it.
You know what's going to cure this, Alex? Riboflavin.
Riboflavin.
Thank you, Jerry.
That's from something. I don't know what it is.
It's Jerry Lewis.
The best.
That's right.
You know, there are a lot.
Riboflavin.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going
The funniest.
Oldie but goodie.
The funniest cartoon I've seen going around about the whole thing is a picture of Van Gogh, you know, the famous picture, the self-portrait of Van Gogh, where he's got a mask, but it's only over one ear, and it's hanging down, and the caption is, fuck.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Would you say is this one of the biggest things, even though it's a tragedy, of our lifetime? Would you say?
There's none bigger.
Right, I would say this is it.
I can't think
Bigger than 9/11?
And I thought I'd seen a lot.
This is bigger than 9/11. We lost more people already than 9/11.
Yeah, right.
We lost like
went over
3,000 people for 9/11, I think.
Yeah, went over that.
The Black Flag was a one-day deal, really, if you think about it.
But I can't think of anything worse in the way of a, not epidemic, but in something which is dangerous to the public.
A human tragedy.
You know.
Worse than the Hindenburg, right?
You know, this stuff has been happening and predicted for thousands of years. That they've been talking about locusts and famine and floods and all this stuff.
They're just waiting for Trump to become president.
That's right.
Well, you know, I wasn't alive in 1918, but if I was, I would have to tell you, no, this isn't the worst I've seen.
Do you think that you would have gotten the Republicans to go along with this handout the way Trump has been able to put it through? No, you wouldn't have been. What would have happened is nobody would have gotten nothing, and it would have been the same kind of deal as Obama.
What you're saying is that, though, that the Democrats are good guys who would have helped, and the Republicans aren't if they didn't have.
Yeah, he just said.
That's what you said. That's what you just said.
Against the conservative Republican way of
you're saying that the Republicans wouldn't have done anything about this if they hadn't been cowed by Trump. That's your inference. I don't agree that it's true, but
it would have been delayed quite a bit if Trump wasn't leading the Republican Party at this time. And we're very lucky that he is the person in charge.
Oh, I feel so.
I say
I say a prayer for
Republicans are
him.
great with Band-Aids.
We wouldn't have needed it if Trump hadn't been in charge. I say a prayer for him every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come back like it's going to roar back.
Wait a minute. Did you say you used to have a prayer, Scott?
Well, I pray for Trump every night. Yes, I do. I do.
You do. He's a very religious guy, too.
He's prayerful.
What are you praying for, however, is what I can ask.
I don't want to live. I don't want to go out like this.
I'm with Tony.
I don't want to go out like this catching a flu bug or something, killing me.
Yeah, imagine what a way to go.
Yeah.
Hey. On a ventilator in a coma.
Hey,
nobody can even see.
Well,
it.
if anybody in this room has got a gun to his head that way, it's me. You know, I mean, I'm 80 years old. I have cancer. Okay.
Texas.
Huh?
They said diabetes is the number one deal.
Yeah, I heard that.
Dying.
Charlie's got to be careful. Yeah.
I think I don't think that my prostate cancer comes under that category of the cancers that would be affected by this. But there are other things people weakened by chemotherapy, which
your immune system's been rattled.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go out, Alex. Stay in.
My mom was told to not be on chemotherapy just so she'd build her immune system up.
I've been so radiated, I think it probably killed the bug.
Virus, yeah.
That'd be, imagine that chemo kills the flu thing. That would be good. We got it, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's almost like it is a nightmare. You wake up, it's like it's every time I wake up, it's almost like it's the same day. Almost feels like.
Well,
right.
You sent 100 tweets.
Marjorie's the one that goes out. She goes to the store because she gets up at 7:00 in the morning and is able to go to the store and walk right in. And there may be two people there, and she gets what she's got to get, and then she gets the hell out of there. And then she comes home, and the first thing she does, she wears gloves. So she washes her hands with the gloves on. Then she takes the gloves off, and then she washes her hands without the gloves. And then she takes her clothes off and puts them all in the washer and dryer, and then immediately goes and takes a shower.
This is a family show.
That's a little overkill.
It may be overkill, but coronavirus is the coronavirus is the ultimate kill.
My mother gets paranoid when I go out. She says, "Don't go too far. I'm only going 2 blocks. I mean, what am I going to do? They can't come to me with everything."
Yeah. Mr. Patrick, is it? That's the last name, right? Larkin, Mr. Larkin.
Yeah.
You've been very quiet tonight. Have you got anything you want to say here?
Did you hear? He called that guy. Don't be a cutie pie.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
What was that? Don't be a cutie pie.
Yeah, what is
what
that? Yeah.
What guy?
Who says that?
You could say don't be
Trump.
cute, but you don't say don't be a cutie pie. That sounds stupid.
Said the guy was a girly man. What else?
And he referred to all the medical equipment as things.
Yeah.
We're sending out a lot of things.
Yeah.
He has no command over the English language.
But he's so eloquent.
He grew up in Queens.
He has the same sentence for everything. We're doing a job like no one's ever done before.
Yeah. Well, the one I loved was the other day when he said, and I'm not misquoting him here. He was talking about South Korea. He says, and I know more about South Korea than anybody.
Oh.
And I kept thinking to myself, how about a South Korean?
Yeah.
And his figures were all off again.
And he had the population off. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You didn't know it.
You noticed he doesn't say
something?
Chinese
Here's what hit me. To begin with, when's the last time we've seen Rudy Giuliani?
Yeah, right.
Huh?
He went back into the coffin.
Maybe he got the flu, Alex. Maybe he got the virus.
You thought what? You thought what, Phil?
I thought he had a show on Fox, or he was getting a show.
No.
Rudy
No,
Giuliani?
I think that's on One American Network.
Oh, is that it? Okay, yeah. OAN.
Yeah.
Anyway, we haven't heard from Rudy Giuliani, and my thinking was, if anybody could have given him good advice on how to handle this in the public arena, it probably would have been Rudy Giuliani, because look at how he
9/11.
handled 9/11. You know,
America's
he wrote,
mayor.
well, he to be honest with you, I mean, he's a jerk now, but at that time, he wrote the textbook on how to handle that kind of situation and how to tamp it down and how to keep everybody on an even keel. And he should have gone to him for advice, but apparently he doesn't take advice from anybody. On the other hand, the guy who's become America's governor is Cuomo. Cuomo is really a big hero right now.
Absolutely.
And we wait to watch him every day. We go, when's the Cuomo show on? And then it's around 6 o'clock, we go, when's the comedy show coming on?
My mother loves Cuomo.
From Washington, and the mayor of Washington, D.C., and Inslee, the mayor of the governor of Washington State, they're trying to emulate Cuomo's style. Inslee.
Well, good. They should all, now the one who should be imitating him is Trump. Yes, Rob.
Did you see Trump the other day talking about his ratings, comparing it to the Bachelor finale?
Yeah.
I mean, are you fucking kidding?
He's got to be kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, really,
It's not a TV show.
That's
This is what you talk about.
It's the president.
Come on, Phil. You can't. How do you defend that?
He thinks he's back on The Apprentice.
He's talking about the finales of certain shows and we're doing better in the ratings. This is a press conference for thousands of people dying in this country.
But so what? So what?
What do you mean? So what? We'd like some.
He's the president.
We'd like him. We'd like him to act. Is it too much to ask him to be presidential?
What you have is fear. The fear is going to continue to escalate.
I can't believe you're this big. I can't believe you're this big a moron.
Come on.
I understand what fear is, and I know how to overcome it. And
if we don't leave the house, that's how we're overcoming it now.
Got to give them some sort of hope. You got to give them something else.
Oh, by the way, this is you're gonna love this one. If anybody saw the press conference today, the moment I love best was Mike Pence every day has been holding up his little piece of paper that says, 15 days. 15 days. Well, he holds up a new one today.
He holds it up like this.
And it doesn't say 15 days. It says 30 days.
Come on. I think they're stupid, all of them. I really do, other than Fauci. All of them are unintelligent.
Yeah. They're unknowledgeable about the subject matter. Hey, listen, there's our theme song. Boy, what a crowd tonight. And I almost thought we had one more than we actually had, but then we had two Jeff Zellers, and I'll tell you, that's better than one Jeff Zeller, okay? Anyway, hey, Mr. Klein, thank you so much for bringing your dog tonight.
Bye.
Charlie, good having you here. Scott, glad you joined us. Let me see here. I can't see how my people. Oh yes, and oh boy, who
you got? Charlene, you got Jeff.
I know, I think, but I'm trying to think of our new person there, right? I'm bad on name.
Larkin.
Huh?
Larkin.
Mr. Larkin. John Larkin. Thank you, John. See, I'm very bad on names, and eventually, if you do it enough, I'll know exactly who you are. Yes, Charlene, thank you, Jeff, thank you to Rob, of course, as always, and to Tony, and to Phil, and of course to Kevin. And if everybody wants to, they could give a big wave goodbye, and I will wave back at you. Okay? There they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the citizen panel for tonight. Boy, I like Michael Klein's dog. That's a fun dog. It's a nice doggy. Anyway, let me hang up on everybody and get these lines ready for the next show, which is The Intersection with Jack Bishop. He'll be here to take calls as well and do his own version of the citizen panel. We'll be back again tomorrow night. When? Of course, ladies and gentlemen, We'll be back again tomorrow night at 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.